Stop accepting pieces in your search for peace. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit of my interpretation of that. I have an idea of what you could say. I don't know if it's what you would say about yourself in this context. I apologize in advance. You hear a dog breathing? She's excited to hear Major.
I
Okay.
love it. Yeah.
So I will use myself as an example. When I retired from dating famously 4 years ago, it was because people weren't, I didn't even feel like anybody was offering me pieces or even the best pieces of them. And I got tired of accepting these pieces. I wanted peace and I enjoyed my time off. And so ultimately, we think we're looking for this thing, this connection, but you're not getting it. And it's actually pulling away from your connection with yourself and your sanity. And so, me deciding to stop accepting these pieces of people, pieces of men, in my search for peace has shown me that was the right thing because I was able to really just focus on me with a clear mind, a clear heart, confidence, self awareness, not the anxiety and anxiousness I tend to have when I'm in those spaces. But also in that same space, when I would tell people I had retired from dating, I know how many people would say, well, at least he does this. Well, at least
Mm,
he's doing that. And I'm saying if you start the sentence with at least, that means it ain't for you. I'm
mm.
not accepting a peace. And so sometimes we might look at our lives and not have peace with the situation, but we rationalize, but at least it's dot, dot, dot. And at least is that. That means you don't have peace with it when you say
Hmm.
at least. Now, me, myself personally, I don't think I figured nothing out in life ever. That's kind of why I wake up every day to see what could I almost figure out that day. But what I know for sure, as long as you are keeping your hands full with pieces, you are preventing the grasp on peace.
Right, right.
How would you possibly apply that idea? Like I said, I have an idea for you, but I'm curious of how you would apply that theme or concept potentially in your life, your experiences.
I have always believed that I deserve the best because I try to show up as the best. So if there are options, I believe that I deserve the best of the options. However, I think in my weariness to getting to certain destinations, I have kind of accepted less than what I deserve or less than what I truly desire to hold the place in the meantime or to take the place because it's been a mean time. I think you're kind of speaking to, if I was to interpret it, is just kind of tolerating what uh tolerating the good enough. Well, it's the good enough. I mean, it's good enough when I believe that life was meant to be experienced at highest level. And I think if we would actually have patience with ourselves and our journey, we would eventually arrive at the fullness of that which our heart desires. If we choose not to sabotage it by way of just taking whatever comes, because it's like, well, it's taken so long. I guess this is just what it's going to be. And I've lived on both sides of that. You know, I probably could have signed a lot of record deals by now and been involved in a lot of craziness had I accepted certain things before it's time. So if I'm kind of aligned with what you were intending, let me know.
You are. Now, that's what I was thinking about. We're hearing a lot, unfortunately, because of current events about record deals or artists or why someone would take poor treatment from someone because of this hope and this grasp to, but they can give me this opportunity. And you are now independent. And since I've known you, you've been independent. And since I've known you, you have Billboard number ones and Hall of Fames and nominations and awards and opportunities that I don't know where you came from because I know as an artist, myself included, you feel like, oh, I got signed. Oh, someone's interested in working with me. And sometimes you sign up and say, well, I don't know that they're doing the best job representing me, or I don't know that they're doing really my best interest, but at least I got a manager, but at least I got an agent. And then one day you wake up and say, you know what? I would rather have 100% ownership of me and go bet on me than to give my likeness and image to someone else to make money off of when they really don't even know what to do with me.
Yeah. I know that that's a scenario for a lot of people. Yes, I am an independent artist whose mama named him Major. I think, serendipitously, I was named that as a reminder that even in this journey of independence and this journey of not always having full resource, that I can still show up in the best way I can, and I can accomplish much if I just continue to show up well. Um, for me, I think it's very important to define peace for people. Um,
Well, define it for yourself. I'll define it for me and you define peace for you. What
okay,
is that
go
to
ahead.
you?
You define it for yourself.
Okay, right now I feel like I am an ultimate peace. My mom is healthy. I am healthy. My bills are paid. My dogs are fed. I am fed. The air conditioner's on. There's gas in the car. It cranks up when I go. So for me, it's not a daily inconvenience of something. Now, life is going life, and that's just what it is. I don't really mark those. You know me, I'm baseline is good. So for me, that's my peace, is that baseline. I try to really, really settle into the baseline of good. And that's where I find my peace. I love that I don't have to be anywhere every day if I don't want to. I love that. I mean, but as an artist, you have to kill it to eat it. And so I love that I get to pick and choose what I kill, and I get to obviously not miss too many meals because of it. And so for me, in having not been in this life situation previously and not feeling at peace, feeling like, okay, I got to figure something out, feeling stressed out, feeling anxious, feeling depressed, feeling desperate. I don't feel any of those emotions right now. And a lot of it is, like I said, coming from a space of, okay, I feel like I can afford my life today. Okay. I feel like I can take a nap in the middle of the day if I want to. I feel like I can walk down the street with my body. My body will support me in that. So for me, it's like a lot of different boxes that check off for me for my peace. If I go to the grocery store, man, that's one of my most peaceful days because I could go and I can purchase food and I can have it in my refrigerator because I don't take it for granted. And I know so many people can't today. So it's like putting gas in the car. I'm like, woo, we are having a beautiful day. We can put gas in the car. So my levels are probably a little bit lower than most people's because I don't like being irritated. I don't like being agitated, but I also take advantage of the baseline and just standing there. So it's a joke with me and my mom is that when I call her and she know I might be on the road or doing something or having some auditions or whatever, and she'll say, "What's going on?" And I'll say, "I'm fine. Everything's fine." That's my baseline. I'm fine. Everything is fine. Now, if you spend a little bit more time with me, I'm gonna say, I'm waiting on this. Well, hopefully this work out. Well, they still ain't called me about that. Well, they ain't paying me for this. Okay. But I'm fine. Everything is fine. It is so many things going on in the world of any of what I would call a challenge for me. I would pick them every time. Like if everybody had to put their challenges in the pile in the front of the room and you see the stuff other people having to deal with and not by their choice, I'm gonna say, bring me my little stuff back, and we're gonna go on back over here and sit down, me and my dogs, and we're gonna be quiet. So that's a very long answer for a baseline is my peace. I protect my baseline.
Your baseline of goodness is your peace. And
That is my peace.
I salute you for it. And I think I would encourage people to take note of how you arrive at your peace, because I think it simplifies life. The hustle and bustle of the environments that surround us often um, take the wheel of our drive to peace. And I think that we have to understand that while that which is around us plays a role in our reality, it is our personal responsibility to choose peace and to lock into peace regardless of that which is fighting for us.
And you know what? You mentioned the hustle and bustle and the stuff around us. To that end, a lot of times, and it works for me, and maybe this is a cheat code to getting to that for yourself, your baseline. A lot of times, what we value, we haven't decided for ourselves. It sounds good to everybody. One of my things is like I had on my bingo card, book the Tonight Show. And I started making some emails and phone calls. And when I started talking to some people who potentially could help support me in that, it came down to, well, why do you want to be on the Tonight Show? It sounds good. It sounds exciting, you know?
That is so good because oftentimes we allow the construct of our environments to
Right.
tell us what is your goal post of peace.
And so you're never reaching it, right? Because you never set it for yourself. So that's why you'll never reach it. Because you never said it for yourself, right? And it's there. It's great for somebody, but when you're in music, you're in comedy, you're in entertainment. There's the Oscars, there's the Grammys, there's these benchmarks that someone else has set before you were even born, right? And so if you're doing that thing, the thought is, oh, wouldn't that be great to win an Oscar? Oh my gosh, if I could get nominated. But it's like, you know what? I really like that I don't go to work at the bank and I get to play pretend and eat and take care of my family and they get to see these stories I'm a part of.